It all started at university. So
Yes.
how I got into media was I was at university. I was very active, very visible at university. And BFM, there was a great show called In the Pink on BFM with Charles Bracewell and Ricky Huntington. And they'd done this Sunday night LGBTQI plus radio show on BFM. And they'd done it for many years and they wanted to move on to other things. And so the slot opened up on a Sunday night and they had no one to present this queer radio show. And I was involved in student politics in the queer group at university and we got wind of this. And so a couple of us went in and they asked us to come in and do it from, I think it was from Queers on Campus was the group. And so we went in and there was a few of us and it kind of pretty soon worked out. There was a bunch of us having a go and it ended up being me, like it just kind of, I was the one. Do you know what I mean? Like that was. And so I did that for 4 years and I pulled in my friend Bain Devine, who is no longer with us. He's in heaven, but he was for me, most of the shows, he was my co-host. But that was when that was my first thing in the media, was doing radio. And it was amazing. Like I had the best time because I could do whatever I wanted.
Wow.
There was no internet. So,
Yes.
anyone that was, we got guests, we always had guests, interview, talking to people who were writing books, people who were doing movies, people who were launching albums, people who were doing dance parties, people who were, drag queens, people who were trans that were doing things, just people who were doing things. We just, every week we had them in and just interviewing them. And it was week after week after week after week. Sometimes we'd have 3 different guests crammed to an hour. And we were known for, we were the thing to come and talk. People would listen, people would like ring in. It was such a moment. It was because BFM at the time, it was one of the top 5 stations in Auckland.
Yeah.
Obviously now radio is very different. There's so many stations now and people listen. The internet has affected all that. So I don't know what ratings are anymore. But at the time, people listened. And it was incredible. And we got really well known. And then after 4 years of that, Queer Nation, they rang me up and said, hey, what are you doing? Why don't you come and do some things with us? And I went to Queer Nation we did 3 series there. And then I went on to work on Māori television Takatapui. And then I went to work on an arts show in Wellington, presenting that. I did that for a few years. And then just other bits and bobs, suddenly I'm the spokesperson here and, I was on the AM show on TV3 and just bits and pieces, just carried on bits and pieces. But it just happened. Like I never sent a CV to anyone. It just happened. So that was about 10, 20 years. I don't even think, but it was, and then I emceed a lot of events and
that's right.
So,
you
so
still do,
Hmm?
isn't it? You still do occasionally.
Yeah, I still do it. I do
different-
less now because there's lots of other people. Like I'm 50, like younger people. I'm not greedy. I'm very conscious that I've done it. I had a great time. If someone else is going to do it now, that's fine. That's great. They should. People don't want to see me all the time. Like you've got to, you can't. You have to let go of everything gracefully. I still MC events and things, and I still get called up for quotes and things, or to go and do a vox pop somewhere. Or yesterday I was on Radio New Zealand. Yesterday morning I was giving a quote to Your Ex magazine. They asked me to give them a quote about a TV show, this show called Tiptoe. So I'm still like, the phone's still going.
Yes.
But it's like, if it stopped going, that's okay. Like I'm doing other things.